Mic's on. Hello, classmates. Joker 2 plays the hits. Late Night with the AI Devil, and Sora has begun its ascension into Hollywood royalty.
Oh, it's time for class.
Class is in session!
Roll call! Bueller?
I'm gonna be late for class.
Bueller?
Am I hallucinating here? Just what in the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm late for class.
You are mine now. You belong to me.
Did you study for the test?
No more complaining. No more Mr. Kim left to go to the bathroom. Nothing. There is no bathroom.
Welcome to Middle Class Film Class. I'm your host for today, Pete.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Joseph.
And we're back in the studio.
Back in everybody's here in person.
Joseph.
Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back.
You're back.
I'm back.
He's back.
He's back.
He's back.
I'm back.
He's back.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
I love that scene. I love that scene so well.
Z105.
Wonderful. Just when you think that drop's going to stop, it
Just keeps going.
Keeps going.
I'm glad that I
keeps
made
going.
that.
I know. I like
it
how
was
you
great.
have a return to the show, like entire 5-minute clip, and neither Tyler and I haven't. I don't think I've missed a show yet, but
No, you haven't.
Tyler's every other show. Tyler's gone.
Well, it would
so-
be
That's not true at all. Every other show.
It would be weird if you weren't here, but me and Tyler were here.
Yeah, that would be a first in the show. You're
I
at my
think-
house.
I think. Oh yeah, we're at
Get you-
Yeah, we're at your
All right, guys,
house.
I'm leaving a key under the door. Here's the password to the computer.
Bree's not here. Don't bother her.
I know. No, she's here. She's
That would actually be pretty fun.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty.
It'd be
fun.
interesting. It'd be an interesting.
You'd be like
show.
that movie Blank Check. Just come to someone else's house and just fuck it up. Hi, Jack. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Well, it's great
I paused so you could respond.
He says howdy.
Well, it's great to be back with all of you fellas here.
Yeah.
It was interesting because I don't want to get too personal, but I had a little bit of a bowel sort of thing going on, and I was worried.
Oh,
When?
Jesus.
This morning?
Yeah, this morning I was worried. I was like, oh my God, am I going to have to late minute cancel my appearance because of my bowels?
I've got diarrhea.
Yeah,
I mean, there's probably
that's-
you probably have worse reasons why you've missed the show, so that's okay.
I don't think that's true. But
I'm glad that your bowels are in shape.
Oh no, I feel great now. I feel
Well, there
Okay,
was the
good.
time where you slept through the first part of the episode.
Yeah.
That one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I.
How dare you?
I know how. Yeah, I know. That was bad.
Welcome to the show. We have we have everybody joining us on YouTube Live. This is our second week on YouTube Live.
Yes.
Hopefully it's.
Oh, Joseph, go over to the Twitch right there and click start. We're doing a right in the middle, just to the left a little more, left a little more right there.
Oh, here.
Yeah, hit start. No, down there. Start.
Start.
Yeah, hit start.
Okay.
So we're
Now we're streaming on
transitioning.
Twitch.
Yeah, we're transitioning from Twitch to YouTube Live, and this is our second week on YouTube Live.
Yeah.
and we're really grateful for the people in the chat. We have, hey, what's up? It's Bruce. Afternoon, fellas.
Oh,
We got
Bruce.
Bruce in the chat. Jack in the chat. And if you're listening on the podcast stream, welcome. Thank you for still listening, as the OGs do on the podcast stream. But if it makes no
Very much
difference,
appreciated.
yeah, if it makes no difference at all to you, and YouTube's just as easy, hop on over to the YouTube stream. This live stream is going to be available to watch in its entirety as soon as we're done.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Pretty much instantly, I think.
Yeah.
Within the first hour, at least. I have no idea how it works.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg and Jeffrey Bezos conspired to make this.
Who's the
streaming.
CEO of YouTube? Who owns YouTube?
Google.
Google?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Alphabet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Alphabet. yes.
Alphabet's the family company, the parent company.
So,
That's
like,
right.
who owns Google? Isn't that Bill Gates?
No,
No,
it's
that's Microsoft.
It's an unknown.
Oh, true.
Yeah, it's a person who's probably.
It's an unknown.
It's like it's like when
They don't know who he is.
they say the richest person in America or in the world is Elon Musk right now or somebody
or
It goes-
Taylor Swift.
It's like Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Jeffrey
Kellogg.
Bezos,
Yeah.
right? They all jockey back and forth, but the real most richest person in the world is probably somebody that we don't know
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
they don't
probably.
want us to know.
It's Tyler's mom.
Yeah,
No, that's not true.
yeah.
That's not true.
Before we get into the
Yes.
Gavin Chatter, this is not worth the Gavin Chatter segment, but
Okay.
like talking about like Robin Hood and like Kevin Costner and how he was a hot commodity back when the movie was made, and
Yeah.
then he made Waterworld, the same director.
Yeah.
You know, that big financial flop of a movie.
Great movie, by the way.
Better than Robin Hood, I'll say that.
Okay. Unnecessary.
But do you guys have like an actor or actress who, if they're in a movie, turns you off from immediately seeking out that movie?
Lena Dunham.
Lena Dunham?
Don't like Lena Dunham as a person.
Oh, yeah.
Probably Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider? Like
Yeah,
American Gigolo?
but as a lead,
good
though.
pick.
But as a lead,
Well,
not as a side character.
Yeah,
as
Lena
a lead.
Dunham's in Once Upon a Time.
Yeah,
So-
specifically.
So would that turn you off from watching that movie?
No, but it's a little germane to the conversation that we're going to have later about AI use. So,
So like, I can't think of anyone that besides Kevin Costner
Martin Short used to be like that for me, but I've come around on him.
as someone who's like starring
Wow.
in a lead role in
Yeah.
a movie that would be like, I don't want to watch that because that guy's in it or that girl's in it because
Yeah,
for some reason
yeah.
they just like rub you the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It's like so Rob Schneider for you
As
in
a lead,
in a lead role. So you won't
yeah.
watch Deuce Bigelow
No,
or
not interested.
Hot Chick or
Yeah, no.
The
Unfortunately,
Animal.
I've seen both of those.
I
Films.
probably would stay away from, just like Tyler said, most Rob Schneider led comedies.
He's a really good side character.
What do you have, Joseph? It sounds like you got one.
Not really.
Kevin Costner.
I mean, he's just not like he's the first thing I could think of. But
But it doesn't stick out to you. It's not like
it's not like I'm not going to watch any movie starring Kevin Costner as a lead. It's just like he's on the lower end of a movie.
maybe Kevin Spacey at this point in his career.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, just because of because of the implication.
Any modern current celebrities that like Rob Schneider's not a currently starring like hot commodity in movies right now.
Yeah.
So like anybody that comes to mind that you're like, I don't want to watch whatever movie.
Who's the guy in King of Queens?
Kevin James.
Yeah, Kevin James. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
probably not. Probably not him.
Wrong answer. He's great.
Bruce Perky says Zoe Deschanel.
Ooh,
How dare you,
call.
Bruce?
Good
no,
call,
how
Bruce.
dare you? No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
At the same time, though, she's not starring in any movies recently.
No.
She was great in Elf, gotta say. If I
Yeah.
would have stayed away from her
That-
because of
Not the lead, though.
the second lead, maybe.
guess so.
I mean, the romantic interest.
I would say James Caan is more of a.
Yeah, that's
lead.
true. I'd say I don't know. Maybe Ed Asner as Santa, second lead.
I don't agree with you, Bruce. No,
Bob Newhart as Papa Elf.
Deschanel she's a saint.
Anyways, let's get into some proper Gavin chatter.
Find some charity in ye, lad. Now's the time for Gavin chatter.
Gavin chatter, movie news of the week. Tyler, lead us off.
All right, so we all know that Joker 2 is coming out, I believe, October 4th of this year. Joker
2.
Volley à deux.
Yeah.
Volley à deux.
I was
Volley à deux.
I practiced
Volley à deux?
saying the title this morning.
Say it.
And I
Go ahead,
wanted
go
to
ahead.
say it.
Nail it. Do
But
it.
you already said it, so it's fine.
Do it.
No, it's fine.
Well, how do we know you can say
Joker
it?
Folly Adieu.
Okay.
You did it.
I actually don't even know if we're saying it right.
Yeah. I think it's
I
duh.
think
Like
Folly
hot
Adieu.
shots part deux.
Folly Adieu.
You did
But
it.
anyways, it's going to be a jukebox musical. So it's much akin to like Mamma Mia, Across the Universe, to name a few movies.
Rock of Ages.
Right. And so
Glee.
and so they're going to do a bunch of like, like, or like Grease. That's another one.
Isn't isn't Grease original music?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, that's
So
neither
they're all
here
gonna,
nor there.
are they all going to be covers? Is that
They're
what
gonna
the
be
story is?
they're gonna be covers.
Oh,
they're gonna be
okay.
covers, but they're gonna be like remade in a way where it's for the narrative of the movie. So
like what's it fucking? What movie is that? Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge.
It's like built into the story.
right.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
Well, they've only released like the one song, and it's like from the 40s or 50s,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah, there's not a set list yet.
Oh, okay.
it seems like it's going to be like show tune type songs, as I guess of like we're going to
Interesting.
hear like Depeche Mode in it.
I'm expecting some Duran Duran, to be honest.
Well, I mean, it's including Emmy-nominated Zazie Beetz of Atlanta fame.
Yeah, I like Zazie Beetz.
So that's,
She's
like
a smoke show.
She's in the movie.
She's banging.
yeah, she is.
Cool.
Wait, wasn't she in the first one?
Was
Yeah, she was. She was the neighbor.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she
Oh,
was.
that's right. She was.
I thought she was fake in the first one, or maybe their supposed fakakta relationship.
Their
was fake.
relationship
Yeah,
is
okay.
fake.
Yeah. So, anyways, I don't know how I feel about this because when I first heard that the Joker sequel was going to be a musical, I was like, God damn it! And then I heard Lady Gaga was going to be a part of it, and then it piqued my interest. I was like, oh, okay, like that could be good. Excuse me, and now that I know it's gonna be a jukebox musical, I'm like, oh God,
Joker plays the hits.
it's just in this article. Hold on, let me pull up the quote here.
Okay.
Todd Phillips is like obsessed with like jukebox musicals.
Okay.
I can't find
Bruce
it.
says that if they play the version of the Joker by Steve Miller Band, he's gonna riot. He's gonna bring a torch to the theater in a Zippo just in case.
But like, I think, how do you guys feel about musicals? Like,
I like musicals.
They're fine. They're fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
okay, so I'm in the minority of this.
I think there's a lot of people who tell themselves they don't like musicals. Just like there's a lot of people that tell themselves they don't like kids movies until a good one comes along and they're like, you know what? Maybe I do.
Well, you don't like fun.
You just don't like a bad musical, you know?
Okay, so I think I think this movie, I think Todd Phillips could pull it off and win me over on musicals. Like this is like the last stand for me on musicals. Like if
This is it. Musical's the final chance to win you over.
This is the final chance.
If it can't be an MCU-based spin-off series by the guy that directed The Hangover, pulling off a jukebox musical, that's it. No more musicals for you.
It really depends on the musicals, the type of musicals, because like I really enjoy like La La Land and I really enjoy Les Mis. I also really enjoy The Producers, which is definitely like a Broadway musical.
Oh, I do like The Producers, yeah.
But I don't like I watched Oklahoma a while ago.
Yeah,
I did not enjoy that.
Tyler,
and we watch Cats too.
Tyler, did you like Fiddler on the Roof?
Yeah.
That was a musical.
Yeah, Fiddler on the Roof. Yeah, that's a good
Did you
musical.
like La La Land?
Yeah, I haven't seen La La Land yet.
Oh,
yeah. No,
for shame.
I know. I've been meaning to check it out, but Fiddler on the Roof is more. I guess it could be classified as a musical, but it's, I don't know. It's more. It's different. It doesn't feel like a musical, and I think.
Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah. Because like they're singing in it, everyone's singing, they're dancing, but it doesn't feel on purpose to be a musical.
Like it's integrated into the story.
Yeah, like it's like the society that they're living in is like they just like to sing and dance.
That's I mean that's kind of how like Les Mis is, because like the whole movie, well, this version of Les Mis is like they're talking, but how they're talking is like they're singing.
Yeah, that's probably my least favorite part of type of musical. That like framework of the musical, like Into the Woods.
I've never seen that.
I started watching.
Talks like that.
I started watching it one time, and it's like, for one, I didn't know it was a musical, which I was just not prepared. Right?
Yeah, not in the right mindset.
It wasn't a negative, a detriment right off the bat. But then they were talking the whole time. You know, I'm off to go to grandmother's house. I'm off to go to grandmother's house.
See,
it's
that's
like, just go already.
Shut up.
Don't tell me.
That's a genre of musical that is like I really like Les Mis, and I like the story, and I like the music. But I can see how it could be grating for some people. It's like, just say that.
Yeah. Just say the thing.
Just converse normally.
Say the thing.
Right? I think this is maybe like a not my criticism of musicals, but like my mom's criticism of musicals, like a boomer take. Is like a musical like La La Land, where you know it's like there's like a show. It's like there's people, everybody just is like dancing and singing.
Sure,
right.
My mom is like, that would never happen. You telling me that people on the freeway are just gonna get out of their cars and dance on the roofs?
Yeah, why not?
Well, I mean,
Haven't you ever seen Improv Everywhere? They call it flash mobs.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the, well, that's true too. I mean, so yeah, so that just proves your mother wrong. Is that there's flash mobs.
Don't you ever talk about his mother like that? Anne is a
About
saint.
what?
Anne is a saint.
I know she is. I'm just saying it proves her wrong because of flash mobs.
It's funny because like it's like people who think like that, they just can't get into the mindset of the movie. You know, it's like they're looking at it through the frame of like doesn't make any sense. So they can't even get past the first layer,
And
so the movie becomes unenjoyable.
I mean, I'm a victim of that as well, and it's really hard to get yourself out of that sort of mindset and just realize you're just watching art. And so, with Joker 2, I think I have faith that it's going to be something like Fiddler on the Roof, where like the singing and like the songs that they're doing are going to be effective to the narrative.
Well, I like the
film.
idea. I like the idea of taking a big swing with a sequel.
it's a bold move
Because people,
It is.
yeah. Because people are
Yeah.
already like, a sequel to Joker was perfectly finished. It finished good. You know, it gave this interesting.
Right.
As much as the hate as the movie gets from certain people, you know, and how derivative it is of Martin Scorsese movies, King of Comedy and Taxi Driver,
Yeah.
essentially mashed up
Yeah.
together. You know, it was a kind of an interesting take on the Joker like origin story. So making a second one, you're already starting as a negative, as a sequel to a movie like that. So
Yeah.
why not just do something weird with it?
Yeah.
I think
why
yeah.
not?
I think it's fun.
I like that take, Pete.
I can't
really
wait.
like that.
We'll see.
So so it's gonna be a jukebox musical. So
it's just gonna have real songs from our real world in it.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
And-
Awesome. Yeah. Anything else, Tyler?
No, I think that's it.
All right.
Yeah. My brother, only musicals he like are the Muppets.
Oh, that's funny. Your family, love your Muppets.
So like a different brother, he like had the
How many
like
brothers do you
a
have?
whole VHS collection of like the Muppets.
Oh, cool.
Like back, I don't know if he still has it.
The show.
Yeah, like the show.
Man, a lot of tapes there.
A lot of tapes.
Cool. Awesome. Joseph, what do you have for us?
So I know we've talked about AI before in the past and in the last month. I
The
think.
dreaded AI.
It's been it's an ongoing conversation with AI and the arts.
It's a heated debate.
And my stance is that it doesn't belong in the arts whatsoever.
Right.
Because the way that it's set up is that it just you type in something and it generates an image or now soon to be video, and it just takes samples of other people's art, combines them, and then it doesn't give. There's no financial like support for these other artists. It just steals.
I thought I read
It just steals art from other people and doesn't give credit to them.
I thought I read one of the agreements during the writer's strike that happened last summer that with the use of AI, like there was some sort of compensation. Is that right?
That's separate from the open AI that we have available now, which is
Okay.
like AI generated images and people trying to like classify themselves as AI artists when they're just trying to find the right words to use.
That phrase is the fact that we know what that phrase is proves that we're living in a hellscape. We're on the worst timeline. So
Yeah.
I have one clarification because as we go into this conversation, AI is like this kind of buzzword right now.
Yes.
And when we're talking about like AI art, essentially what it is what Joseph said. You put in a prompt, whether it's a picture or video, soon to be video, and it literally takes the already created art from someone else, repurposes it like a remix, like sampling in a song,
Yeah.
and then puts it out into this new product.
Sure.
Yes.
There are other AI, quote unquote AI things, like you can have AI write the podcast notes for
AI
your
text.
podcast.
Yeah.
You can have AI that does, I don't know, that does like automatic, image retouching on photos. It's like when you click that auto enhance, that's an AI thing. It's filtering it through and trying to create a better version of it, or whatever. But it's not stealing other people's already created art and remixing it. That's I think the big distinction. So when we use the shorthand for AI art, just know that it is all derived from already created product.
Yes. So people are generating whole pieces of art. They're not So like Jack has just brought up, like in Photoshop, there's like AI generative, like you can use it to extend like backgrounds or scenes or whatever.
I use that, yeah.
And that is a tool to enhance something you've created yourself. Hopefully, you can generate whole images in Photoshop by itself,
and it also references
it uses the currently existing
the data that you have on
that
screen.
you created,
and then extends it,
as opposed to just typing something and then it creates something out of essentially nothing, but it's just using other people's art.
Yeah.
And most recent controversy is Late Night with the Devil.
Controversy.
Yeah, yeah.
A newly
You mean
released
controversy?
a newly released movie from Shudder, a Shudder original
It's a
movie,
Shudder original.
with David Dastmalchian as the lead. His first, from all I know about David Dastmalchian, is his first lead role. He's
Only
always
one I've seen, yeah.
He's always played like
a character actor.
bit parts or side characters.
Yeah.
And he always does really well in those movies.
I love Double D, yeah.
And so he gets his first starring role. And what happened is that these filmmakers used AI to generate 3 essentially interstitials of this late night talk show.
Yeah.
Almost like "We'll be right back" type graphics.
Yeah, the plot of the movie is it's set as a late 70s talk show, and when it cuts to commercial or whatever, it has a thing that says, Happy Halloween, welcome,
Yeah.
we'll be right
and
back.
those were AI.
Those were AI generated, and then they were further edited and altered upon by the design team of the movie.
I heard a lot of people
People are pissed very mad about that.
Yeah,
And
I
so-
don't get it though.
And so there's kind of there's 2 ways to look at it, and there's 2 sides to it, because you look at that, when you watch the movie and you see it, it's such a small part of the movie that it's like, why is there this big reaction to this? But on the flip side, it's like, it's so small that why didn't you just hire somebody to make that? Because when you look at it, it's like, why couldn't you make that on your own?
Yeah.
Like, why couldn't you hire someone to just make that? Why did you have to use AI generated software or AI generate something when it's something that like you could pay like not even that much for somebody? There are artists who like can do that are just that would probably just do that on a fair price.
So what I think is like if you're thinking on a capitalist side, you're wanting to move the production as fast as possible. So they utilized AI to make it go faster. However, I do understand your point as well as someone who could do that like on their own, but that's just like the nature of like the industry is.
But here's the thing: when you're using a computer to replace a person, and you have the budget to pay the person, at what point are you like bankrupting your own industry that you're working for? If we extrapolate this out 20 years and AI is prevalent as it is now, expanded out 20 years exponentially, it's only going to get better and better and easier and free essentially to use, or there's going to be a subscription service or whatever. And the people that are building the sets to put like an AI background or whatever behind it, or just a computer generated image,
right?
All these jobs that would be going away. It's like you're crashing your own industry by using this. Essentially, if you were a 0 budget filmmaker,
sure,
I still think that there's issues with pushing forward the boundaries of using AI in those stuff when you can't afford a graphic designer. But I think it's more forgivable when you have a $10 million budget. There's no excuse for it, in my opinion.
I don't know. Like I agree with the ethical standards of like not using AI when you have like a really big budget, but like you have to understand, like in this, as you said, Pete, this hellscape that we're living in, they're not going to listen to that. Like they're not going to listen to like creative reason or anything. And so when people say like, "Oh, AI is bad," it's like, yeah, it's bad, but there's like, what are you gonna do with like these like multi-million-dollar executives who don't give a good goddamn about what you have to say?
So push back against them.
You would not see their movies.
Yeah. So that's the question. Is
Tyler,
there are people that are boycotting this movie, Late Night with the Devil, now over 3 still images that were created and then manipulated on top of it.
But is it enough to make an impact?
That's the question.
It might be.
So I have a little bit more context to this movie specifically that no one I've heard talk about is that the movie was in production back in like 2021, 2022, before a lot of us had a really intimate knowledge about what AI art really was.
Yeah.
So those filmmakers, they literally said, yeah, we were experimenting with this new technology. We said, isn't this cool? We get something close and then we edit it further and put it into our movie.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, what
We were in the honeymoon phase
correct
of AI being released to the public.
It was like when Napster was in its infancy, and everyone's like, "Look, you can get free movies.
And
you
then
can get free,
Metallica had to ruin it.
yeah, you can get
all.
free music." And we didn't realize necessarily, or a lot of people didn't realize it's literally just like stealing art.
Yeah.
So
You wouldn't download a car.
yeah,
Yes, I would.
yeah. So there's even people saying that they would down pirate the movie rather than pay to go see it. Right?
Yeah.
I've heard that argument too, which is I think is kind of a fakakta argument in its own right.
Yeah, kind
So,
of. Yes.
My thoughts about the movie is, first of all, Joseph and I saw the movie. I really, really liked it.
Separately.
Yeah, we saw it separately.
We didn't go together.
Let's say, where was my invite?
You know our stance on you at the movies with us.
That's right.
Banned. You're banned, Tyler. But I really liked it, and we'll probably talk about that in a second. But the way I think about this AI art usage in art,
In this specific movie? Or just in general?
in movies in general, is it's almost like what was the intention and how prevalent was it in the movie? We just talked about that with actors that we won't see their movies with, right?
Right.
Lena Dunham.
Yes.
I don't want to go see a Lena Dunham led movie, but I'll see a Quentin Tarantino movie if it has Lena Dunham in it in a small role.
Sure.
If you were to hire a gaffer who had a animal abuse charge 10 years ago in their past when they were 19, I would probably say, okay, I'm definitely still going to see that movie. But if you were to hire a known rapist as the lead in your movie, I wouldn't go see it. So
Right.
there's levels
Or
of
the director. Or
the director. Yeah, you're the guy that directed Jeepers Creepers. You know,
Right. Yeah.
Harvey Weinstein led movies at this point. But I'm not gonna retroactively banish every Kevin Spacey led movie because, for one, it's already made. For two, we didn't know back then.
Yeah.
So I have no qualm seeing this movie and giving this money movie.
Yeah, I mean,
as Tyler likes to say.
Yeah,
it's a money movie.
It's hard to be in this kind of position because it's like you want to support these filmmakers because they are indie filmmakers and everybody behind them and everybody behind the production. And it was the design team that made the decision to do this. But at the same time, the filmmakers, like the directors, ultimately have the final say. And since 2022, 2021, they've had all this time to
Do something.
create their own version. I mean, look what happened to Sonic, the public outcry for the
that's
initial
true.
release of
Yeah,
Sonic.
that was crazy.
And then they're like, okay, we're going to redesign Sonic. We're going to go back into the movie, totally redesign Sonic because you guys didn't like how it looked.
Sure.
So now that the filmmakers have heard the backlash,
Outcry, yeah.
now what will they do? And will this taint their further, like, later projects?
Or like physical releases.
And then at the same time, talking about like this is just 3 images, it's such a small part of the movie. Well, like it's not necessarily like the level at which they did this that is the point. It's more of like what it means going forward.
yeah,
And
right.
because if we allow this to happen, then it sets a precedent. Like, well, we can do 6 images now. We could do a whole 24 frames a second. We could do a whole scene. We could do a backdrop. It just keeps going. The next movie will it's going to be a whole thing. And then
Right.
now we're going to, I don't need to write a script. I'll just AI generate a script.
Well, I've heard people say that, in 50 years, you can type your own script of your own movie into AI and it'll generate like a VR movie that you can live in. And it's
Right.
like, I wouldn't be surprised if we get there one day. I hope I'm dead by then. But
in 50 years?
yeah, exactly.
That's way too young.
I'll be 87 then.
Yes.
The
We'll still
check me out at 80.
another part of this is like it might be like obviously a budget thing. Like
Yeah.
it's cheaper
For sure.
to do that.
That's what I was saying.
hire someone.
That's what I said on the top of the conversation.
But if it's a budget thing, then you shouldn't be making a movie. If you can't afford to pay an artist to do this thing for you for your piece of art that you're making, then
I agree
you
with that.
you shouldn't be making art.
You know, ultimately, what I think this is going to end up being is that there's going to be AI movies, and then there's going to be actual like human created films.
Yeah, it'll be like a
it's-
fair trade stamp or organic stamp on it. Like
Yeah.
this is made with 100% human hands. You know?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Now
I-
that would be the fucking dystopia.
Yeah,
hellhole.
I guarantee. Like, check me on this. In 10 years, we will have labels. It'll say, instead of the Rotten Tomatoes, fresh, certified fresh, it'll say certified human production.
Yeah. I think that's what's going to
Zero
happen.
AI guarantee.
I think that's what's going to
It's
happen.
such a shame that this happened to this movie, that they let this happen.
Did you like the movie?
Because the movie is good. The movie is really
You
entertaining.
want to move to the talking about the movie?
In a second, and then
In a second.
but it has this stain.
Yeah.
It has the AI stain. Now, like with people in the know and people who care will either not watch it, they'll not support it, and then also if you do watch it, it's just gonna you're gonna be watching it with a grain of salt, right?
Right.
It's gonna be like
Yeah.
you're gonna see it. Like when I was in theater and I saw the image pop up, I was like,
There it is. Yeah, that's the one.
There it is. And
Is it really that noticeable?
No,
Wait, it's-
no, but
I'm-
you know what it is.
Oh, because
If
you
no
know
one
what
would
it
have
is.
pointed
Okay.
out to me, I would think they did a pretty good job on that. Looks like
Yeah.
an interesting, fun little interstitial
okay.
screen.
It's just like it's frustrating that they would do this.
And I got to say, there's Kevman's in
How
the chat.
dare they?
Kevman's in the chat, and he's talking a lot about how like the advancement of that would be something essentially like, you know how in Minority Report, Tyler hasn't seen it.
Really?
You go through.
Yeah, I know. I haven't seen it yet.
You go through. It's Steven Spielberg. It's your boy.
Yeah,
But anyways, he's walking
He's my
through.
boy.
He's walking through like the city center,
Right.
And there's cameras flashing in his eyes, and then the advertisements are customized to him. It says, "John Anderton, have you ever thought about taking a trip to Acapulco or something like that?"
Yeah.
And then at some point he gets his eyes changed out in a surgery, and it says,
my God.
it
Yeah.
says, "Oh, Mr. Chan, you want to take a trip to Acapulco?" Because it's reading him and catering the advertisement to him.
Yeah.
Kevin postulates that would be the future of AI. You can
We're already
customize.
we already get targeted
Yeah,
for ads.
it's only gonna get worse. But I'll say this.
I mean,
our perspective of this conversation, I don't think is the normal perspective of casual movie viewers, which is the unfortunate thing because Brianna and Joseph met in art school.
right.
I would consider myself somebody who would fall under the category, or at least in a small Venn diagram of a creative. Like that's I think that most people are totally fine consuming content, however it happens. How many people have to die to make your iPhone? How many children have to get their hands chopped off to get your wedding ring rock? Right. This is ultimately a very minor quabble in the grand scheme of like human suffering. Those are things that our society has accepted, that we're just we know that that's what it takes to use the products that we're enjoying.
Comparing child slavery to AI.
Yes,
No,
yes, I
well,
am.
he's saying how insignificant, how a problem this is to our world.
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
Easy there, Tyler. So, anyways, that's just our perspective on it, and I think most people will just essentially say, "Cool, a movie that I get to see. I can see 10 Avengers movies a month."
Oh God. It's just like, I mean, obviously this is our first world problem, right? Like we have to worry about AI, and if you're a creative, you really have to worry about AI.
Yeah.
And because jobs are being taken, I'll like in the arts, like fuck AI, like it really has no place.
Yeah, fuck
And-
AI.
And if you are someone who supports AI art, like you are, like you don't care about AI art, then you don't deserve art.
Ooh, I like that. Interesting.
Yes.
Because you have friends and family that are artists. Brianna, it relies on her handmade product, components, images, whatever, drawings, commissioned projects to survive. She has a Bachelor of Arts in graphic design, and she has already had one of her projects replaced by AI. She was hired for a project,
Really?
and they said, I don't really like this. How about this though? Can you make it more like this? And they sent a bunch of like images of this, an AI generated whatever.
Right.
And she's like, "Is this AI?" Like, yeah, but this is what we want. or we might just use something similar to this. And it's like, well, I can't be a part of this project now. I won't be a part of a project that's AI generated because your choice to do this is killing my career.
Right.
And the career of all the people that I know that are in the arts or considered creatives. You know, so
there's a lot. I mean,
a lot to unpack.
A lot I could say here, like the whole people comparing it to like CGI. Well, when CGI showed up, you know, that put a lot of people out of place. And it's like, well, that still requires skill,
and you're still
and
creating
technical abilities.
You're creating a brand new piece of art with like from scratch.
Yeah.
And you're not stealing someone else's and repurposing it and saying, "Look, it's like Shrek, but I made him purple."
Yeah,
you know.
Oh, geez, that would be terrifying. No, I think what it is, it's just the evolution. Like it's
unfortunate evolution.
It's the unfortunate evolution of entertainment capitalism.
Yeah.
Like, and it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Joseph. Like, it's going to get worse.
It's sad reality is, but if you were to just say, you know what, the Nazis are at our doorstep, we should just surrender.
Why can't we go back to the AI days where it was just like generating Nicolas Cage eating corn in the forest? like why can't we just go back to those? Because even now, like whenever I see like AI generated memes at that point, because the joke is that it is an AI generated meme, it's like it's not funny anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that to say, the story that I had is that OpenAI is pitching Sora, the new text to video AI software. They're pitching that to Hollywood next week.
Oh no!
And they're meeting with talent agencies and executives in LA to discuss partnerships.
Jesus.
And
they've been hard at work.
So fuck AI, down with AI.
Fuck Sora.
It's it's going into the wrong industry.
It is. But it was an inevitability. It's
terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Don't succumb to the inevitability.
Yeah.
Don't succumb to the Matrix.
Yeah. And Lay Night with the Devil, it's a really good movie.
I liked it a lot.
It's really good, and it's really well made. And it sucks that David Dastmalchian, like this is his first lead role, but now the movie has has this stain on it, and people aren't going to support it because
his career is ruined.
I'll say, okay, this is going to get a little gross. I'll try to keep it as less gross as possible.
Okay.
Let's just say Tyler's or any of us. There but the grace of God go I has a stomach bug.
Okay.
And you poop your pants.
Okay.
You poop your pants.
I poop my pants.
You poop your pants. Right.
It's happened to the best of us.
It's happened to the best of us.
Waiting for the connection.
Do you throw that underwear away or do you clean it and reuse it?
Oh no, I throw it away.
Okay, right.
You poop your pants?
You're wearing
How bad?
You're wearing underwear. Just imagine bad.
Like diarrhea?
Yeah, bad.
Yeah, just bad.
Do you throw it away?
A big mud pie.
Do you throw it-
Probably.
Okay,
I
right.
guess so.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What if it's just a little bit?
No.
Everybody knows what skid marks are, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I think
Again,
we're all familiar.
there before the grace of God go I.
I wear brown underwear.
Do you throw those underwear away?
No, because you can wash.
So there's a distinction.
What between shit, completely covered in shit?
There's a distinction. So there is a stain on that movie.
Yes, there
But
is.
I'm choosing not to throw that movie away.
Okay.
There will be a stain in which I see a movie and I will throw it away because of AI. But Late Night with the Devil is not that.
Okay. I like.
Yeah.
I
Now, if
like
the
that
movie was bad,
comparison.
would you still
I
think
like
that?
comparison?
I would just say it's a bad movie, and then on top of it, it has the stain. You know, it's a good movie that has this very small stain to me.
Yeah.
Because there's also a different line where it's like just because something is
a mild blemish.
It's if it wasn't like if it was like mid, like if it was like it was okay type movie.
Yeah.
Then it would be worse.
Like it's just, it's weird. Like this is such a great movie. The script was AI generated.
Fuck. Or at least they had the framework started with AI generated and then was polished from there. Anyways.
Very complicated.
Anything else?
No. Down with AI.
Yeah.
Down with AI.
Down with AI. Okay. My turn. So I have a couple things I want to read. Number one, messages from the class. We had a message from my dear Aunt Linda.
Oh.
And she was our deciding factor for watching Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Right.
And she sent us a letter. And she says...
A letter?
A letter, yeah. It's an electronic letter.
Oh, okay.
She says, thank you for having me on the show to talk about Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. It was so much fun. I'm so glad the film still holds up for you after all these years, me specifically. The actor who played the part of the scribe was John Tordoff, who I don't remember. I didn't even remember what character it was. He was the British guy that says, the paws, you see.
Is that the guy with the rouge?
No, he's the guy with the cap.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's the one who does the stitching and is kind of the wimp that Sheriff from Nottingham's always beating up.
Right.
But IMDb has a really extensive bio on him. Other info about the film: no CGI was used or AI.
Good to hear.
All the sets were either historic locations or built pieces. The battle sequence when the Celts invaded Robin's camp in Sherwood Forest took a month to film. That seems excessive. And the lead stunt coordinator was the guy that did all the close-up shots when one of the Celts died in the battle sequence. He was killed off about 12 times on screen. So I bought the Arrow 4K version of this movie,
Oh my god.
and I rewatched it with Brianna because she didn't watch it with me the first time.
You did?
I rewatched it, yeah, like 2 days ago. And I looked for that, and you can absolutely see it's the redheaded guy with half of his face painted like blue or something.
Yeah, yeah.
He absolutely dies like 12 times on screen. And then we did not mention the glorious cameo from Sean Connery as King Richard at the end of the film.
Oh.
She says, "Thanks again for a great podcast." Thank you, Linda.
Thank you,
Appreciate that.
Linda.
And very quickly, I have a couple. Actually, you know what? I'll leave those for streaming picks. We got some reviews from Stevie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, who?
Stephen Primo.
Oh.
Primo.
Steve.
The Maple Syrup Don from Saskatchewan.
Right.
Yeah.
Is he, buddy? Where does he live? Quebec or Montreal?
It's both, actually. Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
I wonder if he knows Denis.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, so I don't have a story, but instead I have a game.
Oh no.
Yes, this is a game, and we're gonna play a movie, Hollywood movie mashup game.
This is a new game?
No, we played it before. These
Oh,
are.
okay.
I'm gonna give you the name of 2 actor or actresses, and I'm gonna basically read a description of this combined person, and it might be something like, Kevin James Remar. Okay, Kevin
okay.
James Remar.
I don't know if I want to participate.
Okay, too bad.
You have no choice.
Too bad. You're playing.
Okay.
You're in, baby. So in the chat, if you want to say anything, please do. Joseph, can you cover the chat on your screen? So you can.
I can see it, yes.
Yes. No, can you cover it up?
Can I cover it?
Yeah, because I'm going to have
Oh.
the chat's going to participate
just do
potentially.
that.
There we go. Okay, so here we go. This is, again, I'm going to read the name of 2 and for all intents and purposes, I will not distinguish between actress and actor.
Okay.
Most people are already moving that way anyways. It's best female actor, best male actor, right? So actor means male or female in this scenario.
Right.
I'm going to read the name, a description that describes both characters, both actors, and you give me the name that mashes them up together, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Tyler, you're starting us off.
Great. Wonderful.
This actor is a staple in most Jeff Nichols movies and was a formative teenage sex icon in 1999.
1999?
1999. And I will put them in order. So the first name will be the first description. The second name will be the second description.
99.
I think I know the first part.
This actor is a staple in most Jeff Nichols movies and was a formative teenage sex icon in 1999.
I don't even know any. Well, I probably do know.
Jeff Nichols movies are like Take Shelter, Midnight Express, right?
No,
Midnight Special.
Midnight Special, yeah.
Yeah, Midnight Special.
I give up. I don't know. I honestly.
Joseph,
don't
do you
know.
have any
I
ideas?
have the first
I don't
one.
know.
I can't think of an actress that starts with that name.
So we can work it out.
So it's Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon. In 1999, what teenage sex comedy had a buxom brunette from another? It played a character from another country that a lot of young men like to watch topless.
Oh, I don't know her name. Michael Shannon. She was in American Pie.
Yeah, that's right. Michael Shannon Elizabeth.
Oh,
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Very good.
no,
That's how the game is played.
Great.
Tyler, you
great!
get
I'm an idiot. All right, fine.
Tyler -1 for you.
Yeah.
You actually lost a point.
Oh wow.
We have -1.
All right, Joseph, this one's for you.
I got a lot of work to do.
You know what? Let's just
Keep it open?
No game, no points. We'll just do it for fun.
Okay, I'm keeping track.
Okay.
0-0.
0-0. All right. This actor played Captain Hook and Dumbledore, as well as the captain of a different ship, the Nebuchadnezzar.
Oh well.
What actor played both Captain Hook and Dumbledore, and then separately, this other actor was the captain of a different ship, the Nebuchadnezzar.
It would be Lawrence.
That's the second half.
Yeah, that's
Lawrence.
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 Was the first
Captain
one.
Captain Hook was a very recent Peter Pan and Wendy movie. We covered that. It came and went. It was directed by David Lowery.
It's okay. Elizabeth Lawrence?
Oh, no. Do you know Elizabeth Lawrence? Does Elizabeth Lawrence play Captain Hook?
I don't know.
Captain Hook.
Captain Hook in the new Peter Pan and Wendy movie.
I don't know.
Also played Dumbledore in some of the Fantastic Beasts movies.
Oh, yeah. He's an old man.
Oh, I see.
What
you
is it?
confused me with Harry Potter.
Yeah. What is it?
It's Jude Lawrence Fishburne.
Jude Lawrence Fishburne.
So you're including sounds.
Lawrence. That's a probably, yeah. There's first syllables and things. That
okay.
was probably the biggest stretch we have.
Okay.
Okay, next one. This actor played Carmine Falcone and Kung Fu Master Pai Mei.
Oh.
Kung Fu Master Pai Mei.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know that guy's name.
Yeah,
I also don't know that guy's name.
I don't know that
I know
guy's
who
name.
they.
But
I can
you know,
see.
you
I
can see them
Yeah, I can see them, but I don't. I don't
Wait,
have
Carmine
a clue.
Falcone.
in The Dark Knight.
Yeah, in the good Dark Knight.
That version. There's been a lot of Carmine Falcones
Okay.
recently.
It's not Ray Liotta.
No, it's not Ray Liotta. Okay.
He would have been great
Wait,
in that
it's
role.
not
though.
Eric Roberts.
No,
It's the other guy.
That's not Carmine Falcone.
No, it's not. That's Maroney.
That's Maroney.
Yeah.
So
was
I'm gonna give these guys this one. This is Tom Wilkins, Sonny Chiba. Sonny
couldn't
Chiba.
remember
Tom
that.
Wilkinson, Sonny Chiba.
I couldn't remember the first
I
guy's
would
name.
never have guessed that.
Tom
I would
Wilkinson.
never have guessed that.
Okay, this one's a little bit easier. Okay, you guys ready?
Okay.
This actor started his career playing the role of Will Hunting, and also started his career on Living Color.
Oh, I know this.
Tyler,
Matt
Matt.
What's
His last name?
Damon.
And what person with the first name of Damon started on In Living Color?
He's a brother of many.
He has like 8 brothers. Joseph, why don't you give it to him?
I don't know.
You know?
I don't know.
Matt Damon Wayans.
Matt Damon Wayans.
Oh, God damn it.
Damon Wayans.
Yes.
Marlon Wayans, Damon Wayans.
Damn it.
Bruce
that was
got that one. Good job, Bruce. Okay, the next one.
Right on my.
This actor wrote one of the greatest sitcoms of all time and also played head elf Bernard.
The greatest sitcom of all time.
He's a
Bernard?
He's the creator
Oh,
and writer of one of the greatest sitcoms of all time,
okay.
and he also played the head elf Bernard.
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh,
If you-
Jerry Seinfeld Asner, right?
No. Ed Asner played Santa Claus
Oh.
in Elf. Bernard in The Santa Claus.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
This I was thinking Elf. It's
He was the creator of one of the greatest sitcoms of all time, and also played.
it's Krumholtz.
Yes.
Jerry Seinfeld Krumholtz? No.
Who else is associated with Seinfeld?
Oh, Larry David Krumholtz.
Larry David Krumholtz.
I was like, Jerry Seinfeld's Krumholtz.
Wait a minute.
Andy Krumholtz? I can't remember his first name.
Is Seinfeld really regarded as the best sitcom ever?
I said one of the best.
Oh.
At one point, yeah.
I would consider it up there. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, next one. We have
Oh, there's more?
this actor played Private Joker and
Private-
also played the Man of Steel in a TV series.
TV series.
Yeah.
TV series.
Yes, The Real Adventures of Superman. I'll give you that as well.
Oh, not Smallville?
No, not Smallville.
That's what I was
Actually, I think it was called Lois and Clark, The Real Adventures of Superman.
I have no idea. I never even heard of that.
Yeah, I've never heard of that either. I don't know.
Okay. Do you guys know who played Joker in Full Metal Jacket?
I can see his face.
Yes, I don't know his name, but yes, I can see his face.
Will not help me here. Okay, the correct answer we're looking for was Matthew Modine Kane.
Oh, Modine.
Matthew Modine Kane. Dean Kane.
I've heard both those names.
Yes, famous right-wing conspiracy theorist Dean Kane. Okay, next one. This actor is half of a brother directing duo and played Elliot's mother in E.T. the Extraterrestrial. It's a tough one.
He's the brother?
He's one of the brothers in a directing duo and played Elliot's mother in E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Does anybody know?
He played, the mother.
Yeah, the mother.
I don't know.
Bruce might know
is
this
it
one.
Joel Cohen?
No,
Michael Cohen.
more of a more recent brother
No, it's
directing
Ethan
duo.
Cohen.
Yeah, more of a more recent brother directing duo.
Daniel Kwan.
No,
Daniel Steiner.
they're not brothers. They're just the same
that's right.
first name, not the same last name.
They might as well be.
Okay.
More recent Russo brothers.
No, they directed.
It's not a Russo, bro.
This actor is half of a brother directing duo that directed Uncut Gems.
Farley.
And
Oh, Farley,
Oh, Safdie.
yeah,
Safdie. Yeah,
And he's an
Safdie brothers,
actor.
Safdie
Oh,
brothers.
Benny Safdie.
yeah, and played Elliot's mother in E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
Benny Safdie.
If you don't know her name, you ain't gonna get
I
it.
don't know.
She's played by Dee Wallace, Benny Saf D. Wallace.
Oh. Nope.
Very good. Bruce got it. Okay, next one here. This actor was nominated for Best Supporting Actor this year, but not for his role in the MCU. And he was also the test subject for STEM in Upgrade.
He was the test subject.
He's the main character in Upgrade. STEM is the actual name of the
what
device.
I can't remember that guy's name. Is it? I mean, it's not Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, yeah.
It is not Robert Downey Jr. The first part.
But if not for his role in the MCU
No. Who else plays in the MCU is nominated for Best Supporting Actor?
in this year's Oscars.
Yeah. You wouldn't like him if he's angry.
Oh.
Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, Mark. Do you have it? Mark.
Hey, I guarantee
No,
Tyler
I
doesn't know
don't.
this
Mark
guy's name.
Ruffalo. Logan. Oh, Shepard.
Mark Ruffa, Logan Marshall Green.
Oh,
Yes,
Marshall Green.
Logan Marshall
I got
Green.
the first half. Come on.
Very good. All right. This actor played the Wasp in Ant-Man versus the Wasp,
Oh.
and was nominated for Best Actress and lost at this year's Oscars.
Ooh, that I don't.
The Wasp.
know.
Lily. Is it Lily?
So close.
Lily.
You're right there. But who played the Wasp?
Lillian.
Who played the Wasp?
Oh. I didn't see it, so I don't know.
You don't know an actress with the last name Lilly?
Oh, Evangeline Lilly.
Evangeline Lilly. And which actress lost for Best Actress at this year's Oscars?
Oh, Evangeline Lilly Gladstone.
Very good.
Really?
I didn't even have to help you on that one. All right, last one. This actor played a cannibal kidnapper in The Winter Soldier and has made a cameo in just about every MCU movie.
Has made a cameo in every MCU movie.
Yeah. The first part.
Sebastian Stanley.
You got it. Very good.
Okay.
These are some tough ones.
Cannibal. He doesn't play Cannibal.
And Fresh.
Oh, I was like Winter Soldier.
Cannibal Killer, Cannibal
Winter
Kidnapper,
Soldier.
and The Winter Soldier. Yeah.
I
so
didn't know there was cannibalism in an MCU.
tough round this round. That was I had some tough ones. So
Yeah, those are hard.
but anyways, you guys did good.
Well, one
No,
of
I
us.
didn't.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
I was just happy to
I
be
didn't
here.
do that well.
Yeah.
Either.
That was
I
really
just
tough
couldn't
one.
remember the names.
I think maybe I should have made the hints a little bit easier.
Yeah, I can see the faces. It's just like the names are lost on me.
Yeah, that's tough. Okay, anything else, Phyllis?
No.
Let's
Nope.
get into some streaming picks.
Movies.
Wanna watch a movie?
Yes, I do.
Disney Plus. Oh, HBO Max.
If I don't get the pick, show's over.
I have grown accustomed to Hulu Plus.
Amazon Prime.
I like Netflix.
Streaming picks, movies that we watched on our streaming services this week that you can watch on yours too. Tyler, lead us off.
All right. So I have a review of one of my streaming picks that I wrote on Letterboxd.
Oh, you do?
Very happy about that.
Okay, hold on. We have a segment for that.
Okay.
Oh, hello. Come along, won't you? As Tyler reads his own Letterboxd reviews. This is me, myself, and Tyler.
Wonderful. Thank you for that voiceover from our friends at Getting Defoe You podcast. Thank you for that. Appreciate
Yes.
that, buddies.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was great.
I'll put their links in the show notes. They're a great show.
I revisited an old movie that I I had been meaning to watch, and I just hadn't had the time in the past week, but I did at one night when I had a bout of insomnia, and that is 1995's Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, wonderful. I think you've streamed picked this twice already, but that's okay.
No,
Third time's a charm.
I don't believe I.
At least once.
At least once.
But now
guaranteed.
you have a letterbox review.
Yeah. Now
Right.
your thoughts are concise. This is going to be smooth sailing.
So I gave this a full 5 stars and a like.
Okay.
So the review goes as this. This movie is the epitome of great animation and storytelling. It's short.
Epitome.
What?
Let him read. Okay. Let him read.
Wait, is that not how you pronounce it?
It's epitome.
Oh God. I've embarrassed myself in front of a live audience.
No. You're
Let me
fine.
start.
Go
Let
ahead,
me
continue.
The movie is the epitome of great animation and storytelling. It's short and simple while adding complex ideas about a future that seems progressive but dystopian. The scene where the man was being disprogrammed was the most shocking and shakes you to the core. 24 years of your life being a lie is such an amazing concept, much like the idea of the Matrix. I know this is a very unpopular opinion, but I prefer the English sub over the Japanese sub. The voice actors are incredible. The cinematography of the fight scene in the water and the shots are iconic. It's an easy watch that gets you thinking about the game of life. Grade A.
Grade A. Full 5 stars. Heart.
Yes.
Give it a like.
Where's it streaming?
That's streaming on Amazon Prime. And also the live action Ghost in the Shell is streaming there as well. And I think it gets crapped on too much. Like I don't understand. Like I think ScarJo did a really great job at like portraying the main character.
Mm-hmm. The ghost in the shell.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's the ghost.
I remember liking that one well enough, I suppose, for anime adaptation.
Well, like
cheesy and dumb, but works, I guess.
The only reason why I checked it out was because everyone was shitting on it, and like of course, I'm a huge fan of Ghost in the Shell and all of its iterations that have come by, and so I checked it out, and I was like, "This is fine. This is fine." It's
but you're streaming picking the animated version.
Yes, the 1995 animated version. Which
I think there's a couple movies that do really well with the English dub. Most Miyazaki stuff is good, probably because they have
good cast,
the budget to get a good cast. Yeah.
I think Christian Bale was a part of
He was Howl.
Yeah,
I just watched that.
Oh yeah,
not for the first time, but
nice.
Well, speaking of Miyazaki, I have a second streaming pick as well. That's
boy, hold on a second. You got to check it. Second streaming pick?
Yeah.
We have a drop for that.
No, we don't.
No. Tyler watches another movie.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck?
So speaking of Miyazaki, I watched Kiki's Delivery Service.
Oh, cool.
Okay. That's streaming on HBO Max, and it's I want to. It's a little bit of his weaker films because when I watch Miyazaki movies, what?
No, go ahead. Continue.
Okay.
Power through.
Well,
Tyler, you are drenched with sweat right now. Power through.
I am. I'm trying to. So like my first Miyazaki movie was Spirited Away. So that like was the standard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so, and I hadn't seen Kiki's Delivery Service. And I saw it on like my stream late one night. And I thought, all right, let's give it a shot.
Is it on Max?
Yeah, it's on Max.
Yeah, they're all on Max, right?
Yeah. And I mean, the description like really sold it on me. A young witch on her mandatory year of independent life finds fitting into a new community difficult while she supports herself by running an air courier service. It was a match made in heaven. She's a witch, and she is.
I'm
also,
scared of her.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I'm. Yeah,
a fearful witch.
I'm scared of her, but she's also a delivery person.
Yes.
Which is Tyler to a T. A witch and a delivery person.
Yeah, I'm a witch and I'm a delivery
person. Are you
person.
Wiccan, Tyler? Are you coming out on the podcast now that you're Wiccan?
Well, we'll save that for another time. But,
okay.
But I think the animation in this movie came out, where was the year that it came out?
If only it was a website we could find.
No, it was in 1989. It came out in 1989, and just like the animation for this movie is just so incredible for its time.
Right.
I mean, much like all of the other like famous animation movies that came out of Japan in like the early '90s and mid '90s, it was incredible. It was there was such attention to detail, and it was larger than life. And I think the story it's very simple. I think a lot of young girls could probably relate to this story as much as a 32-year-old man could as well. And yeah, I really liked it.
Nice,
I really liked it.
I thought you said it was not as good as you thought it was going to be, though.
Sorry.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
I thought you said it was not as good as you thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I did.
But still good.
Hang on, Ronnie.
I didn't.
We got some nutcase in front of us.
What is going on?
What is that's queued up here?
Oh, it's the trailer.
Oh, it's a trailer for
Yeah,
hard ticket to hold.
You got to mute that thing. There we go.
There we go.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's not as impactful as Spirited Away, but it definitely holds like a place in our society for people.
I watched this
young people.
I watched this like a month ago for the first time as well.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like similar feeling. Like it's older than it's like then obviously like it's not as like impactful as like the Mononoke or
The themes aren't
Totoro
as grandiose.
or Spirited Away. But it's just like a cute little movie.
Yeah, that's a really apt description.
I'm trading this one to Adam Murphy. I have it on clamshell VHS.
Oh yeah,
and I'm trading it to him for Lethal Weapon 2 and 3.
Oh my god,
or something like that. One and 3 or 2 and 3 or something like that. Whatever ones I'm missing.
I think you're coming out on the better side of that trade.
Yeah, that
I love Lethal Weapon 2.
I'm giving him
good.
that and Legend on VHS.
Legend.
Yeah, those two are gone.
Tim
from my
Curry as the devil.
Anything else, Tyler?
Well, I mean,
do not say True Detective.
No, I wasn't gonna say True Detective, but I recently started watching The Last of Us again.
Cool.
I can't get enough of that show.
It's a great show.
It's so good. It's so good. Pedro Pascal's acting ability just knows no bounds.
Right? Wonderful.
He doesn't know it's bound yet.
I know.
Yeah.
It's boundless.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely check out The Last of Us. True Detective Season 1.
Great. All right, Joseph's up next, and a couple messages in the chat. Kevin wants to know our thoughts on X-Men '97.
Haven't watched it.
Haven't watched it. I plan on it.
Where is it streaming?
I
don't
think
know.
it's on Prime.
I think it's Prime too.
Prime?
And then Joel says there's no drop for the second movie because it's unprecedented. We actually do have one. It's from Joel.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And Bruce says your new podcast is going to be called Kicking It with a Wiccan. Instead of Tyler and Company. So. All right, Joseph, you got some streaming picks for us?
I got quite a few streaming picks.
Cool. Settle in, boys.
Yeah, settle in. So my first one, I watched the David Harbour Hellboy movie,
that was critically panned,
which was not well received when it was released. And it's streaming on Peacock, I believe.
Cool.
And
Peacock.
This movie is really not that bad, in my opinion. It's honestly, it's way more violent than the Guillermo del Toro versions. It's like nowhere near as good as those versions. I'll just know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But David Harbour does a good job as Hellboy. It's actually kind of funny. Like he does a good job in making like Hellboy like a kind of more of like a comedic character.
Okay.
The script and some of the writing is not very good. Just know that. A little cheesy, a little uneven in places. And the effects, like the CGI, leaves a lot to be desired. There's some like there's like this big fight scene with like these trolls, and it's just looks very kind of video gamey, like a video game cutscene. The story is kind of similar. Like we do see Rasputin and like summoning Hellboy into the world, and it plays as a flashback more in the middle of the movie rather than the very beginning. Abe Sapien is not in the movie.
That's a bummer.
There's a little surprise kind of at the end about that, but he's not in the movie at all.
Oh.
And Mila Jovovich is essentially the villain in this. She's like a witch, or essentially
She's a witch
that was killed like centuries ago, and like all of her body parts were separated into different parts of England, like the corners of England, and now
That's exactly what you have to do.
I know, and like why not go further? England's not that big. And there's some cool imagery. There's a part where she summons like these like demon giants from hell. Like a giant crack opens up, and they just start like mutilating people. Like
that's cool.
Like there's this one who has like this kind of like this big like fork type thing, picks up a person, and like it's like a peeler, and like drags them through this thing, and like it skins them.
Damn,
it gets pretty violent, and I appreciated that.
I mean, I think the challenge for this new Hellboy was because Guillermo del Toro's Hellboys were just so well done.
Yeah, there was a lot of care put into those movies, like the creature designs and everything, and that one has a lot over this one in terms of that, and there's a lot more charm in those ones. This one's just it's more fun, like violent wise, and it's not terrible, but it's not great either.
I'm glad to hear that, because when they announced David Harbour was going to be Hellboy, I thought that's a great pick. He's just kind of like a big beefcake sort of a guy.
And he looks the part.
Yeah, and his personality is pretty fun too, which I think that character's got a lot of personality.
But yeah, it's not that bad. So it's worth a watch, and just know that like there's like some scenes where the dialogue is just kind of like awkward, and strange, and it wasn't given enough care when it was being made, but I enjoyed it enough.
Cool, awesome. David Harbour, where's that streaming again?
Peacock,
that's it, right?
So my next streaming pick, streaming on Max now. This was just dropped on Max like last week. Dream Scenario. Which is Nicolas Cage starring.
For real this time?
Yes, for real this time. I don't know why they put thumbnails on these movies where it's like coming soon. Like
Joseph got a pop-up notification that said Dream Scenario now streaming on Max, and it wasn't. He sent me a message. Hey, Dream Scenario is streaming now. I was like, oh sweet, I'm gonna watch it. And
he's a liar.
Just kidding.
Yeah. It's definitely like a comedy. It's a very surreal, very like Michel Gondry-esque type like filmmaking, like visually.
It's awesome.
It's very frustrating because the story is that like people around the world are starting to dream about this guy, Nicolas Cage's character, and he's like a professor at a university. And there's no explanation as to why they're just...
Everybody's dreaming about the same guy that they don't know.
And the common theme in everybody's dream is that he just shows up and doesn't do anything. Like something...
He's just some guy.
He literally just like walks in their dream, and just like someone could be having an emergency in the dream. And he just walks in, and he just kind of like maybe like talks to them, like chats them up, and then whatever awful thing happens. And it's almost like the concept of like if you have a partner and then you guys wake up in bed together and they're like, you cheated on me in my dream last night, and you're like, sorry.
Noted. Thank you.
Sorry.
It's like they expect you to like apologize.
Sure. Yeah.
For something you did in their dream.
Yeah.
Oh God, I've been in that situation.
And
haven't we all?
Me too. Plenty of times. It's always like it's.
I'm not mad. I just want you to know.
It's always like you're kind of mad.
You kind of seem a little mad.
You seem a little irritated,
right? And it's like this movie is like the exaggerated version of that, except the whole world is seeing it, and the whole movie like it progresses like he does like worse and worse things in these people's dreams, and he essentially gets canceled.
Oh God!
For
doing nothing.
For doing nothing essentially.
He's like, what am I doing? I'm not.
I'm just living my life.
And then like he like starts getting kicked out of restaurants.
Oh my God!
People start having trauma
when he's
people have trauma when he's in the room. Like everybody starts not coming to his classes anymore.
Oh, okay.
And he makes it worse by making an apology video. and then his wife, like, they separate.
He apologizes.
And
I'm sorry for being in your dreams, everyone.
Right?
Literally everyone.
It's very frustrating on that
That's
regard.
funny.
But
Okay.
it is funny.
Okay.
Is it a long watch or is it just like hour half, 90 minutes?
I mean, it's like 2 hours.
2 hours of
Who's,
that?
who's got the time?
I don't know. I
Tyler,
don't
you
keep track.
literally have more free time than anyone I know.
That's not true at all.
Yeah, it's like you feel bad for him the whole time. It's like he's in the right. Like he didn't do anything wrong, but he makes it worse as time goes on.
same-
Okay.
So it's like hard to like it's like this. I want to have sympathy for you, but you're not helping your case.
I'm looking forward to watching it. I will watch it maybe this week. But I think that director also did Sick of Myself or Sick of Yourself. I think it's Sick of Myself. And I streaming picked that on Hulu a while back, and it's kind of a very similar.
I watched that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's timely because it's about the lengths that people will get at to being in the public eye, and in this case, the guy doesn't want to necessarily be in the public eye, but he's
Yeah.
forced into it.
So it's
and
like
the
the
repercussions
opposite.
of that. Yeah, interesting. That's really interesting.
Yeah, he like Michael Cera plays a character in this who's like he like runs like this creative agency.
Wait, Michael Cera's in it? I'm in.
Yeah.
Now I'm really in.
And like he partners with them to like do this campaign, and like we got Sprite on the line, and then Nicolas Cage is like, Sprite, I don't want to do anything with Sprite. I just want to like promote my book or whatever.
That's funny. This is Tyler's apology video.
I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what to say.
That's all he says. It wasn't my fault. Well, cool. God, awesome. That's
It's funny because it's true.
on Amazon.
Yes.
Cool.
My next streaming pick was streaming on Prime, and this is a Steve Buscemi directed and written movie and starring.
Wow. Okay.
This is called Trees Lounge, and this was released in the like late 90s.
Trees Lounge.
Ooh, I've heard about this movie.
Okay.
It's the name of a bar in the movie.
All right.
And I watched this movie because the description on Prime made it seem like something else completely. I thought it was like a time travel movie.
Okay.
And let me just bring up it was like a one sentence description too. Let me just read it, and
All right.
you tell me if I was justified in my thinking.
Thinking that this is a time travel movie.
So on Prime, it says a man drifting through time desperately searches for some meaning to his life.
No.
Yeah, I could see that. Drifting through time.
I don't.
Yeah,
Drifting through time. No, he's drifting.
It alludes to potentially some sort of time travel aspect.
How does it allude?
Drifting the verbiage drifting through time.
through time?
Yeah, drifting
We're
through-
all
that makes
drifting through time.
I'm aware of that.
Yeah. I'm aware.
Okay, so then how can you
But
I like
draw
how
your-
Tyler's double downing and just calling you an idiot.
That's not true. I'm just
Friend,
like, how
some
do you draw?
friend, some friend.
It's just it's a
How do you draw?
it's
to
a little
the
because it's too much of an ambiguous sentence. A man drifting through time and then desperately searching for meaning to his life. So my insinuation was that he is trying to find a time in reality where he can find meaning to his life.
I can see where you're coming from. But
This doesn't matter. We do not need to spend this much time talking about Joseph's
Anyway,
perception of what this movie is going to be.
so the movie.
we can go on and on.
So just know if you're gonna watch it, just know it's not that.
Okay, great.
There's no
wonderful.
time. The whole time I was waiting for the Steve Buscemi to time travel, because also at the time
It really tarnished
I'll
this
just- I'll
movie
re-
experience for me.
I don't have a jingle for my Letterboxd reviews, but I'm just gonna read. So the whole time I kept waiting for Buscemi to time travel, and there's even a character in the bar that looks like Buscemi in the bar.
Oh, wow, okay.
And in the beginning, I was like, "That's him in the future," but the young Buscemi doesn't know, and it's gonna all come together by the end.
and it doesn't.
Nope. But in a sense, it kind of does.
Okay.
If you're expecting any time traveling or looking for a time travel movie, don't watch this. What this movie actually is, it's a slice of life, dark comedy drama about this guy, Tommy, who's a schmuck, who gets into a very sus friendship with a 17-year-old played by Chloe Sevigny in the second half.
Sevigny.
Isn't she like 40 years old?
No. This is in 99, 98 and
96.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
This is right after her stint in Kids, which
Oh.
broke out.
So he takes over an ice cream truck where his uncle dies, who it was like a loved ice cream man in the neighborhood. he dies and Tommy takes over because he has no job. Because he like stole some money from the mechanics shop that he worked at. It's a pretty funny movie. It's all talk. Like it's just a talk movie. The performances are good and the end is good. It's a kind of a bleak ending, but it's fitting to the character.
Sure.
Interesting. And Buscemi, good director, bad director?
Written and directed, yeah, it's good.
Cool, nice.
Good. Let's see here. I caught up with Lynch's Dune.
Oh,
David
boy.
Lynch's Dune.
Hold on, Joel's in the chat. Be very careful about what you say. It's one of his favorites.
I will not be careful. There's some good things I can say.
Put your hand in the box.
There's some good things I could say about this movie, but it's mostly bad.
What? No, it's not that bad. Come on.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
It's bad. It's bad.
I don't think so.
It's
I don't think
it's the
that
worst.
bad.
It's bad.
It's the worst.
Okay, well,
There's a class action lawsuit for anybody who's seen this movie.
So
oh God.
even as far as 80s like sci-fi movies, like not even comparing it to like the new versions,
Sure.
it's low tier.
Really?
Yeah,
It's very low tier.
it's rough. It's rough.
It's I mean, David Lynch hates this movie, which isn't really much of a justification to also hate the movie because you can all like people. This is like a cult classic, I think. There's like a small
100% agree.
There's like a dozen people who like this movie.
Yeah. There's dozens of us.
No dozen. There's dozen of us.
Lynch was not allowed final cut on this, so there's a lot that there was a lot of control that he didn't have when he was making this movie. It is good for context, I'll say. So Tyler, you would like it because essentially it's almost like they're just reading.
What do you mean? I already said I watched it already. I like it.
Because they're essentially just reading almost like reading the book to you. What I've heard is that this version of the movie has a lot from the book, but for me, it's just like having the context. It's not good.
Yeah,
the quality of it is not good. Introducing all this stuff, I was like, yeah, I guess I know more, but it's just I don't care about it.
Sure, right.
The movie lacks. I mean, it's a different era. It's a different decade.
Sure.
But it just doesn't have.
Came out in like 83, right?
Is it 85?
84.
Oh, okay.
Oh, split the difference.
It just doesn't have the subtlety. It doesn't have.
There's
no ambiguity to it.
Is David Lynch the least subtle director ever, or the most?
That's to be argued.
It's such a weird thing, though, that he would be even like asked to do this movie, considering his previous work. But at the same time, Peter Jackson was doing some weird ass shit, and then he got Lord of the Rings.
I mean, objectively, the story's weird. You know,
it is a strange story.
It's a boring story.
But it was cool to see the connections between like this version and the newer versions, because everything that's in this, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that and that and that. That just means it was in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it was cool to see the similarities and all of that. But it just doesn't have. There's a campiness to it and there's a weirdness to it. They really make Baron Harkonnen really disgusting. He's like has boils on his face and is just.
I did like how gross he was. I did like that part of it.
And they really lean onto his child predatorness of the story.
One of these days I'm going to finish this because I got 20 minutes in and turned it off. And I watched it on VHS and was like, "Fuck, this is rough. This is bad." And so
You only got through 20 minutes.
no, yeah, I was like, "No,
man.
stop." It's probably still sitting at the 20-minute mark in the tape, which is the great thing about tapes.
The movie it's really rushed. So like this movie,
Yes, it is.
This movie
Yes.
is shorter than part one of the newer versions, right? But obviously, like this movie contains the whole book.
Yeah.
Once he joins the Fremen, the story just is like, and this happens, and this happens, and this happens, and this happens, and it's just like
Very
over and
fast.
over again. And it's just like,
Yeah.
it's like a 2 or 3 year time span compressed into like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess what I can say positively about like the production of it is pretty good. Like Lynch does a good job in conveying the scale of things.
Sure.
And it's even better in Denis' version. But like he does a really good job. Lynch does a really good job in like using miniatures and stuff like that. And like,
Oh, now you're speaking my language. Miniatures.
like comparing the scale to like the
Love miniatures.
size of these ships and these humans and stuff.
I'm not joking, Tyler. I like them.
But
Yes, I know you do.
I like my miniatures.
I know.
but like, it's just not. It's not exciting.
That's fair.
It's not exciting. But
Where's that streaming?
that's on Max.
Okay.
The blocky shields
The shields are
was pretty rough. Good cast. I would say it's pretty well cast. Like Picard as Gurney Halleck.
Picard's in there. He plays Gurney.
Yeah, he plays.
He's got the
Gurney.
pug, right?
Yeah, he's got the
Space-
pug. He's
space
got
pug?
a pug. It's so weird.
Space bug.
So yeah,
Okay.
it's I won't watch that again.
That's a one and done.
One and done.
It just it wishes it was these new versions.
Battle pug. Battle
It
pug.
wishes it was the new version.
Yeah. That and Star Wars wishes.
I'm sorry. What was that last comment? You said Star Wars.
Star Wars wishes it was Dune.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think I might
Total
have to.
rip off of Dune.
Oh my god.
So, Roadhouse. The
Oh,
new,
yes.
the new Roadhouse.
Let's get into some Roadhouse because I watched Roadhouse as well. Tyler, did you watch Roadhouse?
I did not.
Fake fan.
Fake fan.
Fake fan.
We reviewed the original, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the first time I saw it was for the show.
Yeah. No.
Tyler was
fake.
like really wanted to review it, and it wasn't your pick,
It was.
It was his
and
pick.
you weren't even there.
I know. I was infirmed. It's something. I don't remember. But I.
The same stomach bug that plagues you now.
Oh yeah. No, I'm feeling better now. But oh yeah, that's Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Connor's in it not as
didn't-
much as you might think.
Oh really?
He's
Yeah.
only in like the second half.
comes out in the middle, and then he's not very present for it, and then he comes kind of as the final boss, really.
I saw some clips from it, and I was just like, I don't know.
This movie is fun.
Yeah,
It's
Is it?
It's fun. It's different.
it's super fun. I really had a fun time with it.
Yeah, Post Malone's in it. Yeah,
Posty is in
Yeah,
it.
post-it notes in it for like a minute.
like the very beginning.
Yeah,
It's a different Dalton. It's like a different main character. He comes from a different background. He's a former UFC fighter who.
He's not an NYU philosopher major.
No, he's not.
So it's really dumbed down. I mean, Roadhouse is not like a smart movie, but it's like everything is dumbed down in this version.
They took the whole subplot about how Dalton is supposed to basically teach the entire staff how to bounce like he does.
Yeah.
And condensed it down to like 2 throwaway lines where he's like, hey, just go get him. And then the guy fights like Dalton just did the last scene. And you're like, wow, he picked that up just by watching the guy.
Yeah.
My question is, does he say the line "pain don't hurt"?
No.
No. There's no throat rip.
No
There's
throat ripping.
There's no pain don't
there's
hurt. But there is a band behind a chicken wire cage.
Okay.
And multiple bands, actually.
Is the guitarist blind?
No, it's different artists.
God damn it. I don't know if I'm interested.
I
don't know.
Yeah,
This movie split the audience.
There's
to
a
be
lot
honest.
of things. I mean, I really like the original movie.
I do too.
It's a different movie though.
Does he do Tai Chi in front of old men?
No, he's a former UFC fighter, and he's just ripped and just really good at fighting. They make the character of Dalton just like they really up his ego because he's just like a force to be reckoned with in terms of fighting.
He's very. It's almost like he's a very good fighter, clearly, but he's very sarcastic and smug about everything.
Sure.
It works really well because Gyllenhaal is just one of the most likable characters, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think all his little kind of throwaway quips and stuff was great. I mean, it's not high art, but like me and Brianna watched it together, and it's like this is a perfect like popcorn movie to watch, like
It's
on
a Friday night
movie with friends or whatever, or with your significant other or family.
Is there a monster truck involved?
No monster trucks.
There is a truck.
There's a
Not a monster
boat
version.
chase scene though, which was pretty fun. There was a couple moments in there.
Yeah,
I think
it takes place in Florida.
It's Florida.
instead of Texas.
Yeah, it's it's pretty Florida. It's like on this Florida scale, it's like an 8. On the boat chase scene, it's like a 6. On Conor McGregor scale, it's like a 7.
Yeah, Conor McGregor was funny.
Yeah.
He's still Irish, but he's toned down his Irish accent. It was almost like he was trying to do an American accent, but they were like, just make it less Irish.
I know.
Because he was
Make
like,
it less Irish.
he was like, this is where I'm going to put some of my things.
Yeah. I watched. Brianna didn't know who Conor McGregor was. She knew of him, but didn't know what he looked like.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, you'll know him. He looks like a steroided out leprechaun." and
walking around like an ape.
And I said, and she goes, "Well, does he have an accent?" I'm like, "The most accent."
Yes.
And then he comes out, and she goes, "Oh yeah, he's definitely got that accent." I'm like, "I think he actually toned it down for the movie. It's more Irish in real life."
And he's smiling the whole time.
That's my biggest problem with McGregor was that his fight scenes were he was believable in it. He is a menacing person, and his like intimidation scenes were good.
His first scene is completely nude.
Yeah, which I'm sure they did it for real because he doesn't care. And but the problem is that he's one note through the whole thing. He walks like a freaking cartoon character, like Bluto.
If you've ever seen him in his fights, like after he knocks someone out,
he calls it the billionaire strut or the billionaire walk or something like that.
Oh, I didn't even know he had a name for it.
He swings his arm. He's not swinging his arms like that, but he's walking like the character of Bluto from Popeye. His arms are out, walking like a freaking goon. Like a meme, and he's smiling the entire time. He doesn't stop to frown and intimidate. He just is smiling like a freaking dope the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, he just looks like a crazy person.
I didn't particularly like him in this, to be honest.
I mean, he was just funny to me. Like he was just the comedic relief.
You know who was the comedic relief? The character actor who played like the nice goon on the bad guy squad, who was in Molly and Max. He was,
that guy.
He had the lobster claw in Molly and Max.
Yeah.
I liked him a lot. He was really fun. And he also played Pablo Escobar in Weird, the Al Yankovic story. The more I see it from that guy, I like him.
It was he was all right.
It's fun.
I mean, he's not in it that much, but it was just like it was because he was supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
Whereas Conor McGregor was just funny because he was bad.
Yeah, he's not good.
But like his accent was just like it was less Irish, but it was more ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hi,
Chichai. I'm gonna come kick your arse.
Dalton.
There's the thing that I do like about it is that there's it's like a video game. The bar is there and there's the band playing and there's multiple bar fights that happen, which is just kind of that's like the one thing that's constant through from the last one to this one is the bar fights happen, the band keeps playing, they don't never stop. It's like a video game. So like people are getting chairs broken over their head and people are getting stabbed in the middle of the bar. Guys' arms are being broken. The cage
is in front of the...
And who would go to a bar like that?
If you're in Florida. I mean, that's basically a high-end establishment in Florida.
I can't remember why in the original why the guy wants to demolish it or he wants to take it over.
So it's...
Because I know in this one, they just want to tear it down to build a resort.
Build a resort, yeah. I believe it's something to do with the... they're the only establishment that is serving alcohol that they don't own, and they want to jack the prices up in the county for alcohol or something.
Yeah,
because the big bads own all the alcohol distribution. In this one, they're just like maybe drug runners. It's never quite 100%.
Well, they kind of explain it like they run out of money, so now they've taken loans from like these shady people, and now if they run out of money, then they can't pay those people back, and it's weird. Connor's accent was like an Irish person doing an impression of an American,
or an American person doing an Irish accent, almost.
Because it was like, I'm gonna go to the gas station and get some petrol.
Yeah,
and buy a gun.
The one line that did get a laugh out of me from him is when he says he's a shitty driver because he crashed his car into the bar, and he goes, "It's the wrong side of the road." You're like, and he looks at the camera like a big goofy ass grin,
and he winks.
Yeah,
wink. It was fun though.
What would you give it out of 5?
Pure entertainment value, 4 out of 5. Like a
quality
A-, like
for entertainment.
Yeah,
it's objectively not a great movie, but it is fun to watch.
Yeah, it's definitely fun because like I feel like it's not taken seriously at all.
No,
and the fact that like Jake Gyllenhaal looks so smug throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I liked his character, his rendition of the character a lot because he was likable and gotta say. That fucking physique. Holy shit.
I know. But yeah, Patrick Swayze just has like that version of Dalton was just there was more layers to his character.
Yeah. We got some comments in the chat we'll read about Roadhouse because it seems like everybody's watched it. Bruce says Roadhouse is snore. Wait, did something happen? Oh, another CGI enhanced fight. Snore again.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
No, there were some parts about that I did like, but I feel like it was done poorly. And this is directed by Doug Liman, who's made like some really like high tier movies, like the Bourne series. Mm-hmm. But they did these like kind of shitty CGI pulls and weird.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, it's like especially like in the Post Malone fight where it's like you can see like they tried to enhance the impact of the hits. It just kind of didn't work.
I think they cranked the CGI up too high, and they should have just been a little bit more practical.
It's like motion smoothing and also some like kind of quick cuts. Like they just tried to really make the impact stronger when they're like kind of pulling punches a little bit. It makes
the scenes that have no CGI enhancement stick out so obviously as a real footage.
Yeah,
and it makes them look almost like slower and worse. So
yeah, I enjoyed the use of the wide angles.
I did like that
a lot. I like that aspect, but yeah, some of the CGI fights was a little distracting.
Jack says every single scene is made to try to make Gyllenhaal look as badass as possible, and it's kind of hilarious. He's so smug to everybody because he's so cool and badass. And then Bruce says that he also has one spot Dalton's allowed to be stabbed in, and he survives. So
there were so many opportunities where he could have said "pain don't hurt."
I know he could have. And then Joel says that Gyllenhaal did the UFC weigh-in at a real UFC weigh-in, and
is that right?
He looked the part for real. So hats off to him. 3.5 from Jack, 0 stars from Bruce. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. So I have some streaming picks right here. I've given you the list so you can do some trailers or whatever you want to do with it.
I'll just read it.
Okay. There you go. Hey, there's my stream. So let's just show the camera. Huh? Okay, so first one, I'm going to talk about a short from Jim Cummings.
Oh, not this one.
Yeah.
Not that.
Not that one. This one. There we go. Short from Jim Cummings, the most beloved Jim Cummings, who I'm a big fan of. He did The Wolf of Snow Hollow. He did Thunder Road.
Now he introduces himself.
The beta test.
When he meets somebody or at like a party or something.
I'm coming. I'm Cummings. At Jimmy C. That's me on Twitter. Great Twitter presence to follow.
Jimmy C.
Jimmy C. That's me. So he came out with a short. It's his first short since Thunder Road, and Thunder Road was the short that got him basically cracked into the Hollywood sphere. It won the best short at the Cannes Film Festival, and then they made a subsequent feature-length movie off of it, which is fantastic. And this short is available on Vimeo. I'm going to have the link in the show notes. It's called The Last Brunch.
Oh,
I won't say anything about it except for
what can you say?
I'm not going to say anything about it.
because it's 11 minutes, so just watch the damn movie. Yeah. But be ready to see a little nudity and quotation around the word "little."
A little banging
because it's very little on the screen. And just enjoy yourself because I think the writing is great and the button at the end of the story was so perfect.
I think
it was like
that performance was
the comedic performance of the main guy.
Yeah. What do you mean?
The
think I'm into that?
Yeah, the sliding of the cell phone is so fucking good. So.
I watched that short
sister,
when
bro.
you posted it on Facebook.
My family, what's wrong?
Yeah, I know that was so weird. He captured the awkwardness of a situation like that.
Yeah.
Like if
I don't want to spend it. Don't spend any time on it because I don't. Watch the movie. Just go watch the movie.
Okay.
We've all been there though.
Yeah. Haven't we all? First time I met Tyler.
Yeah.
Okay, so next one, the actual movie that I watched. This is another David Lynch movie.
A Lynch movie.
The first and only G-rated David Lynch movie.
Oh, whoa.
Wrong one.
Wrong one.
Joseph's drunk right now.
Yeah.
G-rated.
And it's available on Disney Plus because this is a Disney movie.
Oh.
This is called The Straight Story. From 1999.
Oh, another movie about the straights.
Yeah,
Okay, don't we got enough of those?
Yeah, about famed country music.
You were gonna say that.
Famed country music singer George Strait. Just kidding, not really.
I thought you were.
No. But it is the character's last name is Strait, and he's a retired farmer. He's got a adult daughter played by Sissy Spacek who is mentally challenged, and he learns that his brother Alvin. I'm sorry, Alvin is the character. Alvin Strait. Alvin Strait. Yeah,
that's a good name.
He finds out his brother Lyle,
name.
who has a great cameo.
Lyle.
I won't say it, but it's a wonderful small part. He finds out he has a stroke, and they haven't talked in many years. And he goes to visit Lyle, but he doesn't have a car that can make it that distance, and he probably doesn't have a driver's license. He's 78 or something like that. And he decides to drive his tractor, his little tractor lawnmower, like 250 miles to Wisconsin to go see his brother Lyle. And that's the story. It's just this old man
Going to see his brother.
Going to see his brother, played by Richard Farnsworth in a really, really fantastic.
Doesn't have a
and
car.
Emotive performance by Richard Farnsworth.
Can't call a cab.
No, this is 19. I think this was released in 99, probably set in like the early 90s, late 80s. But he needs to get there, and he decides to do this thing to ride this mower across state lines and go see brother Lyle, who just had a stroke. And maybe
Around state lines.
it might be the last time he ever gets to see Lyle. So,
Brother Lyle.
yeah, it's kind of a really sweet movie, and it's very anti-Lynch. There's a couple shots that seem
Anti-Lynch.
Yeah, there's a couple shots that kind of seem Lynchian, but there's all of it's G-rated.
Yeah.
You know, all of the weirdness that you come to expect from Lynch is gone.
Lynchian.
Is gone.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna find it.
Yeah, and it's also not only is it his only G-rated movie, it's the only feature-length film that he's ever released, directed. I haven't gotten there yet, Tyler. It's just not the only feature-length movie he's ever released. It's the only one he's ever released that he didn't write. So no, is not written by Lynch. This is written by a committee of Disney people, I'm sure. So I don't know.
So
if
he was just directing.
He was just directing.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. So I liked this movie. I thought it was very fun and an interesting.
How did you find out about it?
It's
It
what-
seems like a very obscure movie.
It was part of my trivia when I was doing research for trivia. The only David Lynch movie that's G-rated, you know.
That's so crazy.
And also we talked about it when we did the Mulholland Drive and Blue Velvet episodes because it's just
that's
it's his
right,
only
yeah.
G-rated movie and it just
That's
seems
so
so
crazy.
weird and like opposite. So anyways, I liked it. I thought it was a really entertaining and sweet movie. More sweet than obviously any Lynch movie I'd seen since. My next movie is called Phase 4. Phase 4 from 1974. And so the last movie was like a unique movie in the pantheon of is it
We're not
Frozen?
streaming.
Oh, we're streaming? What happened?
Policy violations.
Oh, good job, Joseph.
What did I do?
God
Your
damn
trailers.
it.
The trailers?
Stream has been temporarily blocked, it says. Oh, it's because of the trailers. Well, that
But they're
sucks.
playing on YouTube.
I know, it's true. They're all YouTubes. All right, well.
How do we?
You can't.
Trailers are blocking us.
How do we go live again?
We don't.
Click end stream.
End stream. End.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick since we're stopped.